The views and opinions expressed during this program are entirely those of the show's hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of Rude Rangers Entertainment, its investors, management, advertisers, or staff. Don't sue us, y'all. We don't have any money.
Hey, love bugs, and welcome to Dear Daughter. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. My topic today, I think, is going to help a lot of you get through your struggles. And I want to talk about hashtag trust the process. Many of you that follow me know that I always add that to stuff, hashtag trust the process. And I really, truly do believe in trusting the process and just knowing that everything is going to be okay because the plan for my life has been laid out for me. And the only thing that can happen is great things. But along the way, there are bumps, and it depends on how I respond and react is how long it's going to take me to get to where I need to be. I'll tell you the story of the disciples and Jesus in the Bible. And they were in a boat and there was a storm and the disciples were losing it, because the waves were crashing. The water was just rising high. They were frightened that the water was going to get in the boat. And Jesus is over there in the corner, snuggled up, sleeping. And the disciples could not understand how he could sleep through such a storm. And they just couldn't trust the process. So they shook him and woke him up. His response had me hollering. And you got to read it in the Message Bible. So go to Matthew 8:23 in the Message Bible. And his response to them was, "You cowards, such faint at hearts," which translated in 2021, y'all can't man up, And his response was such because don't you know who's in the boat with you? So when you're going through your ups and your downs and your struggles, do you know who's in it with you? Because you're never alone. You're never alone. The word says he'll never leave you nor forsake you. So you're never alone. Do you truly know who's with you? And he responded to the disciples in such a way because these was his boys. Imagine having 12 people that hang out with you every day. They know what you like to eat. They've laughed with you. They've bathed with you. They've seen miracles that you've done. They know who you are. And here it is. It's a bad situation. And they're going to wake you up from your sleep and ask you, "Do you not care that we perish?" Now that also made me laugh. Who is going to be in something that's going to destroy them and be asleep? Nobody. Nobody. The reason why Jesus could sleep is because he knew this storm would pass. Everything would be okay. That boat would not be destroyed. Why? Because he was in it. Your boat cannot be destroyed. You're not alone. Jesus is in the boat with you. Do you not know that this fight is fixed and you win? Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's your words that change your whole life. You can either grumble through it, or you can mumble through it, or you can talk yourself right out of it by what you say. See, this thing totally didn't worry Jesus. When he woke up, he told him to man up, you sissies, what you scared for. And he spoke one word and he made one commandment and it changed everything. He spoke one word, peace. His commandment was be still. At the time he said, "Be still," the water calmed, and so did the disciples. And they went on their merry way and they traveled to where they had to travel. They weren't destroyed. The water didn't overtake them. But they needed to trust the process. When everything goes buck wild in your life, and some days it absolutely can, you have to trust the process. You have to know at the end of all of this, you win. You come out. As long as you can see the H and through, not the first one, but the second one, you got this. If everything was roses, if everything was smooth sailing, you would not appreciate the journey. Would not. When all hell breaks loose, everything calms down and it works in your favor. You sit back, you exhale, and you enjoy the moment of the good that you're in. Because the hell you just went through prepared you to enjoy it. Sometimes we go through hell because we need to be strengthened. I gotta tell you the truth. Some of y'all is some weaklings. And I'm not saying that to insult you. I'm saying that because I see the things you write on my posts, the emails that I'm sent. And I'm like, don't you realize who you are? Once you realize that you are a being that can speak things into existence that only people can dream about, you will change your speech. Instead of grumbling and mumbling over a bad situation, think about what you want at the end of it and start speaking it in the middle of your hell, and you watch that storm disappear because you're saying, "Peace, be still." Every time I go through something with my show, I remember that there's somebody talking to somebody somewhere and they need an evening drive and they need their rates to go up and they need somebody to be on that microphone, and guess who they're calling? Absolutely, it's going to be me. I believe that with every fiber in my being, that that's going to happen one day for me, and I speak that into existence when all hell breaks loose. I'm telling you, this ain't easy what I'm doing. It absolutely is not, but it's worth it because this is my retirement plan. I believe I will be behind a microphone until the day my eyes are closed and I go to glory. I don't want to do anything else, nothing else. But I have to trust the process. From the time 4.5 years ago that I put headphones on my ears, I heard my voice for the first time. I knew I was home. I knew there was nothing else I wanted to do. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, how do I get to do this too? I went to the radio station with a friend because she didn't want to go alone. She was nervous. And I'm like, girl, what you nervous for? I'm just nervous. I don't know what to say. I don't know what they're going to ask me. I'm just nervous. And I'm like, come on, what do you mean? This is what you do? They're going to ask you questions about what you do? It's a no-brainer. I'm nervous. Come with me. We both cut out of work on a lunch break, and we did this 30-minute radio show. And I have never, ever been the same again. Because finally I knew what my purpose was and how God was going to use my gift. Has it been easy? Absolutely not. Have I had to yell out in the wee hours of the morning, "I'ma trust the process"? Absolutely. With tears running down my face, knowing there's not a plan B. This is my plan B. This is my retirement plan. This is my inheritance that I will leave to my grandchildren. I ain't leaving my daughter none because she don't know how to spend no money. So everything will be my grandchildren's thing. But this is who I am. I tell you all the time, Mann is my ex-husband's name. I'm from a tribe called Pool. My initials are YAP from the beginning of time. So when all hell breaks loose, I can't say I'm going to give up. There's nothing else for me to do except be me. I have to trust the process. When things get too overwhelming, I just cry out for the grace that God gives us if we ask for it. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it is so true. You have not because you ask not. You don't have that business because you haven't asked for it. You don't have that relationship because you did not ask for it. You don't have the ability to do what you want to do. You did not ask for it. Ask, seek, knock. Ask, seek, knock. You ask. You seek God's face and you keep knocking on the door until he gives it to you. You have to trust the process. There's nothing else you can do but if you give up and you come back to it again, you start from square one. Who wants to do that? Can you imagine walking 5,000 feet and saying, I don't want to do this no more? And then you decide, okay, I want to finish it. And they say, nope, you got to go back to the starting point. So now you have to do that 5,000 feet again. Don't do that. Refuel in flight. Ask for grace. Ask for mercy. Ask God to give you whatever you need to get through this time that seems like it's just not going to happen. I'm telling you, trust the process and it will. It absolutely will. It never fails. I'm telling you, God has not failed me yet. No matter what it was, God never failed me. When I was 24 and a half years old, 6 days later, I turned 25. I had a beautiful big-eyed baby. I was a single mother, did not know what I would do, how I would take care of her, nothing. She'll be 36 years old, July 16th. We are exactly 6 days apart. 36 years I've had her. But 36 years ago, I had no idea what I was going to do with that child. Because just 6 months earlier, I was still in the club. I was still partying. I still had a small waist. I was a size 10. Child, the last thing I was thinking about was raising a baby. But like the disciples in the boat, I couldn't be a coward and I couldn't be faint at heart. And I had to do it and get it done. And you will get it done. You just have to trust the process. You just have to. There's no getting around it. There's no shortcuts. It's going to happen. I did not know when I dropped out of college and I went to beauty school that wasn't going to be where I was going to make my money. I just knew at 21 years old, when I said, hey, I'm not going to do this no more. I'm going to follow my dream and I want to do makeup. And I left college and I set out for a pursuit of happiness. And when we come back from break, I'm going to finish telling you about my pursuit of happiness. We're going to talk about trusting the process. And I'm going to give you a few tips to get through the hard time. So you make sure you come back after break.
Next month, I'll be hosting my 7-day Bold, Fit, and Fabulous Masterclass. There, I'll be sharing tips and strategies that will allow you to begin taking the step that you need to feel and look bold, fit, and fabulous in and out of the office. Are you ready to reclaim your time? Then visit me at thefitterwoman.com and let's get back to the business of you.
Of Long Island Telecom. We are your cellular superstore. We have the best in no-contract cellular on every carrier in the United States. We also do portable MiFi units, home phone service. We could beat your cable company at their own game by providing you very inexpensive TV, and we are a Sirius XM dealer as well. We can create a website for you, give you a special corporate email, and we do credit card processing. 631-833-9679.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Oh, Love Bugs, you came back good. And before break, I was discussing with you, some of my journey and some of the things that, I had to do, or I felt I had to do. And dropping out of college at that time, I felt I had to do it because makeup was and always will be my first love. The beauty field, always my first love. And by the way, do you see these lips? These red lips? Oh, they're everything. This is a lip gloss by Vera Moore Cosmetics, and it's sheer. So everybody who puts it on is going to look different because it allows your own personal lip color to bleed through the lip gloss. So 10 people could wear it and it'll look different on them. How fabulous of Auntie Vera Moore to make a lip gloss that will look different on all of us. It's called Vera's Red. Make sure you go to Vera Moore Cosmetics and put in the code DWD for Determined Women of Destiny. and she will bless you with a really nice discount. And you can also put behind it, Yvonne sent me. No, I'm just kidding. Just put in DWD. But let's talk about my journey so you guys can get some tips from some of the stuff I had to go through. So I left college and I'm going to, go after my first love. And nobody could tell me that I wasn't going to, be a makeup artist and stars and all this other stuff. And even though I did that later on, it wasn't right then. So I dropped out of school to go to beauty school at 21. And here it is, 4.5 years later, I get pregnant. I really didn't have enough college to secure the bag that I needed to raise this child. And it was hard raising her. I hate the fact that a lot of times her questions would be met with, I'm sorry, not right now. Give mommy 2 weeks or give mommy a month, and then we'll look at getting that for you. And she never got it. But I just felt better telling her, keep the dream alive, because the money wasn't there. It was one paycheck, and from that one paycheck, we had to eat, we had to have a place to live, I had to have a car, which was always a beat up hoopty. Thank God for my dad. I miss him so much. I always had a hoopty, but my dad was a mechanic. So he would always work on my hoopties. We would laugh. I usually drove disposable cars. When they broke down, we just left them on the side of the road, had them towed to the junkyard, and he just got me another hoopty, fix it up, and I rode that for 6 months to a year. But, that's something I had to go through. Did I want a fly car? No, but I trust the process. And I don't know what it is not to drive in a car that's new. I go to the lot, I get the car I want, I drive off. But it wasn't like that then. I had to trust the process. When I realized the money that I needed to make wasn't coming from the beauty field, even though, and if some of my older women are listening, Busy Bee Moore, Massapequa, Long Island, I was one of the head nail techs, and I was making some serious money. But after I had my daughter, I did not go back, and I did my own business. And if you want to know what hell is, do a mobile nail salon. You are sitting right in the middle of the E of hell, and fire is all around. I was so happy to retire in 2018, and no, I don't miss it. Though I love it, I don't miss it. That's a story for a whole nother show. I'm talking to y'all about trusting the process today. So fast forward, I go into corporate, and that wasn't for me. And then I get the chance to go into not-for-profit. And I have had a chance to work jobs that have made my heart happy. And I thank God for that. But I had to trust the process. And now I'm living another dream. And that is to be able to speak to as many people as God will allow. And I'm like Lisa Nichols, I want to sign as many autographs as possible. And I just want to be able to share the love of God and let people know that He loves you. And He's waiting for you to say, Lord, will you please give me? I'm telling you, with an earnest heart, ask God for your heart's desires and watch them come to pass. Just recently, I've had to look to the heavens, ask God with tears in my eyes about something that I needed. And not only did the money come for it, I made a phone call today and got a yes for it. And all I could do is say, God, thank you. Thank you so much. Before you ask, it's given. The money that I needed to make that phone call today, I received on Saturday. Not knowing I was going to make that call today, which is Tuesday. And here it is how God set it up. You have to trust the process. If you don't know what the process is, I love pen and paper. You can work better from a document than you can from a thought. Write down what it is you want to do. Even better, write a letter to God. Oh my God, Yvonne, you're so crazy. Really? In 1991, totally fried out of my mind off of cocaine. Drunker than I had ever been. 1991, I sat down and I wrote a letter to God. I said, I'm so tired of straddling the fence. I don't want to be over here doing this, and I don't want to be faking over here with you. I know that you don't want me to be lukewarm because your word says you'll spit me out of your mouth. I want to do this wholeheartedly. I'm tired of getting high. I'm tired of these brothers. I'm tired of getting drunk. I'm tired. God, I'm just tired. That was Christmas. And I wrote all that down to God. Probably some other stuff, but that's what I remember the most. By New Year's Eve, I'm sitting there with my sister and a friend. Nothing to drink, nothing to sniff, no weed, no drug, no acid. Yep, I used to drop acid. Now y'all know why I'm crazy. None of that. And I'm sitting there, I say to my sister at this party, New Year's Eve party, I said, how do y'all do this? And my sister looks at me and says, wow, really? Because I couldn't understand what it was to function sober. And the first thing I did was the first person that caught my eye, the guy, of course, I played that player move. Hey player, how you doing? You're looking really good tonight. What's your name? Oh yeah, I'm smooth. I'm a flirt. I'm smooth. Because I didn't have the other vices. I didn't have the liquor. I didn't have the weed. I didn't have the coke. But I had to have something to cope. And so it was the brother. And oh my God, when I tell you, I wish I had never took that boy's number. I wish I had never had his name. When I finally went out on a date with him, I was like, girl, you should have been high that night, because only somebody high would have even said hi to him. And it was months before I could get this guy to just leave me alone, because I didn't trust the process. But now I live totally on the crazy of my sobriety. Over 30 some odd years, I'm sober and loving it, because I can just be crazy and not have to have a reason for it. Just be crazy because I'm crazy, you know. And when things go wrong, I don't look for advice. I look to the heavens. I look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. My family will tell you, when things really go buck wild ballistic, I go into a praise that's crazy. You can hear me down the street. Because all them demons, they got to back up. They cannot come for me when I start praising God like that. My family calls me crazy praise. Because I believe that God hears every time I say hallelujah, thank you, Lord. The word even says every tear you drop is gathered up in vials. And when that vial is full, God just pours that vial out of your tears on you as blessings. Thank you, Senior Pastor Gail Brown from Bread of Life World Outreach Center, for teaching us that. That's what your tears do. But I'm going to tell you, your tears just to cry. Because you're frustrated, they don't get put in bottles. It's those tears that come from you that you can't control because your spirit is just broken. Those are the tears that are gathered. Because God is not moved by those fake tears, but he's moved by your faith. You want to see something happen in your life? Trust that process. Trust it. Put down on paper what you're expecting God to do. God wants you to expect him to do it because he's that type of God. Trust the process. Write it down on a piece of paper. Whatever it is, it's between you and God. And every time it looks like it's not going to happen, you pull that paper out and you say, God, I'm trusting the process. I believe you. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow, but it will happen. It will happen. I have seen all of my dreams come true. And I'm believing in many, many more. Now, there's some things that haven't happened in my life because God is still working on me. See, God cannot give you a blessing and you're not ready for it because you'll destroy it. That's like giving a 5-year-old a brand new car. It's a nice gift, but they'll destroy it. So he's not going to give you that gift if you're not ready for it. So the first thing you ask, Lord, prepare me for this that I'm asking for. And this is what I ask for. And for my women that are single, I have a workshop called the Princess Principle that talks about that. That talks about how we ask God for the court gesture. Oh, but I love him. He makes me laugh. He's supposed to. He's a fool. If you're the daughter of a king, that makes you a princess. And the only person you should be aligned with is a prince. But that's a whole nother story. Y'all gonna have to keep coming back to dear daughter because I got some good ones for you. But today I want to drill in you. Trust the process. Trust the process. This is what I always say, and I want y'all to repeat it with me. I am a determined woman of destiny. The purpose and the plan for my life has been laid out for me. I cannot fail. I can only succeed because I'm a woman of destiny. You just don't know how many times I have to say that to get through the day. But I believe it. I believe it. Psalms 46:5. He dwells in that city. She shall not fail, and he shall rescue her right early. And what that means is God dwells within you. You will not fall. You will not fail. And if it looks like you're getting ready to stumble, God's coming in to save the day. You have to trust the process. You have to believe in you. You have to speak it into existence and know that boat ain't going nowhere. Why? Because you're in it. And what's in you is greater than what's in the world. And what's in you is the same power that Jesus used to do miracles. The same power that he took with him to the cross. The same power that he believed that on the third day he would rise again. Now, I don't know what your beliefs are, but I'm going to tell you one thing. The best book I ever read was the Bible. And I'm a reader. The best book ever. Now, you can pick and choose whatever you want to read. I like reading Joshua because it has a lot to do about fighting and winning wars. And I feel I'm always in one and I'm a fighter. But you choose whatever book you want to read and let God bless you. So until next time, my love bugs, smooches, mwah, hugs, kisses, love you, love you, love you. Live on purpose and trust the process.